Hi. So today we want to talk about the experience we had with applying for the U.S. tourist visa. It was a long process. We actually started this in February, and now it is the end of November of this year, 2023. So the process was long. So it started out that first off, you want to go to the actual correct website, and it will list it below here. And it's the actual website for the U.S. Department of State. And then there's a U.S. travel document site it takes you to, and that's where you're going to process your visa. You want to fill out your DS 160, which is the form for the application for visa. You want to understand what your visa is for, and then fill this out completely and honestly. Everything you put on there is in a permanent record. So any process you take later on, if you lied this time, it will show up next time. They're going to keep that as permanent. So it's completely tied to you, and there's no way to erase that record once you make a mistake on it or if you lie on it and get caught. So they will always see that later on your next interview and your next application. The application, we were able to process it and pay the fee. So once you fill out the 160 form and submit that, then you have a receipt you print out and you take that to a bank. So they have a list of banks here in the Philippines, and you take that to the bank and you pay. Yep, I believe what was it we paid?
9,800, like almost 10K.
Almost 10K. Yep, so almost $200. The price actually when we paid was at the I think it was $165 level. It's went up to $185 US dollars. So we were able to get in on that lower amount right before the increase of price. Once we paid, then you get your receipt, and they submit that. And once it's processed, then it shows on your account. You get back into the onto the website, U.S. Travel Docs website, I believe it is. Um, they'll have on there when that you can schedule your appointment. So we were able to schedule your appointment, and it was 5 months because it was a couple months after we filled out the application before we processed the payment and did the payment part. So it was about 5 months. So we went there on November 20th. November
Yes.
20th. So we took a trip to Manila, which isn't too far from us, and actually spent the night at the hotel because it'd be fresh in the morning instead of rushing there on a bus to get there. So when we went, one big help for us for preparing for the interview was a website that was actually they have an account on TikTok is how we came across them, and there are a lot of ex visa officers who do the interviews, have done the interviews, done thousands of interviews, and their advice was to answer full questions, not one word answers, to be
Yes.
open, talkative, friendly, not overly talkative.
Smiling.
Yeah, smiling, greeting, and then tell them your reason, tell them your story, why you want
Tell
the
the
visa.
truth.
Yep, tell the truth and be straight and honest. Don't, because, okay,
And
for,
you need to calm down,
yep,
like confidence in
yep,
yourself.
yep. And then one thing is for these officers, when you're standing there and you're like looking around and like only one word answer, they say, "Why do you want to visit?" You go tourism. And you're like, they think you're lying. They don't believe you. So you
Yes.
want to be open and tell them why. So you want to share your experience what you
Yes.
had?
Yes. First time I got interview and I got pass.
Yeah.
So yes, when you go in the inside, first is you there is a security guard to see your application form first, and then later on, like after the so you the application form, you go another one line for the is 160, and the put the pass your get out your passport and put the stamp, ano call that,
The
stamp,
sticker. Yeah.
like that, and then number like that, and then you go straight, go inside. There is a security, the inspect your, they got your
Your
check,
bag. Yeah. You can't
your
take
form.
you can't take any phone or electronics in.
Yes,
Yep.
and then they check out your body, like the scanner, like that. So first when I go inside, we only like line up. to sit down there first before someone, the Filipino, assist you there and go inside there straight. And then there is a security guard, like scan your passport, your envelope, the one box, the one tray like that you put there. And then you line up. They have a step one, and then in step one, you introduce what is your name, where you want to go. The first, that is step one. Step two, another one, they introduce you. They get your two by two ID,
Yeah,
one
that's
piece
one
only.
thing that the website never said. The U.S. website never said a 2x2 ID, but we did see someone who said they had to bring a 2x2 ID. So we made sure we got that before we went.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
something
one
to make sure
piece
you bring.
of two by two ID. Then you introduce yourself again. What is your name? They asking you there, and then which place you want to go. Then you scan your four fingers like twice like that. First this one the left, then second is right, and then after that you
The
thumb
thumbs. Yep.
do like this, like you do like straight like that, and then uh, after that you go in line. No, go in step three.
Step
That
three.
is the
Yep.
window step three that you already interview there. You line up again. It's so long line up. You can see the officer there already in the window, and then many people like the interview. You heard what they wants to say. What is their answer, their question, the officer. So I'm standing, and then later on, because I'm in the Windows 22. So they asking me. I told him because it's early morning. It's 10:15 my appointment. So like 10 o'clock. Yeah,
I think you were there like 10
I'm already
o'clock when you
there
got to
because
the window.
9:45. I'm already
Yeah, we got
inside.
in fast. Yeah.
So the one when I am in my turn now. So the officer said to me that I said first, well, good morning, sir, because he's a boy. Then I said good morning. So the first question that they asked me is which place you want to go, and then I answer the place of my husband, my boyfriend,
Yeah, Baltimore,
Baltimore.
which is
And
like
then he said,
somewhere nobody ever probably says, but yeah,
yeah.
it's enough they
So
know where
I
it's at.
told the place which I want to go. Then the second is asking me is, but when asking me for that, I'm continue, but I told them that, but me and my boyfriend, we are travel together and visit his family. And then the time I'm stopped there. And then I told again, we are living here in Philippines more than a year and a half. So now they asked me for that he said, how long have you been in your boyfriend in your relationship? So I told him that almost 4 years because we almost 4 years this next year, like April. So I said okay, and then he said that why I'm not get married with him. So I said I'm not get married with him because I'm not annulled yet with my ex-husband. So I said okay. So he asking me that how much the annulment. I said I don't know, and he said to me I don't know either. And then after that, he said to me that which place you've been travel with before.
Yeah.
So I told him I was traveled before in China. So he asking me, do you speak Chinese? I said, little. So he said, tin tin, because in China, little is tin tin, tin tin. So, and then after that, he said, okay. Then he asking me, do you have house? I said, yes. Do you buy your house? I said, did you buy your house? He said, yes. I said, okay, do you have kids? I said, yes, I have three kids. So, and then after that, uh, first, the time that he wants to find me a document, I bring the,
Yeah, yeah.
I bring,
He asked,
yeah.
what's the proof of your boyfriend here in the Philippines?
So, yeah,
So in this folder, it's like a
you
divider.
prepared always, you have documents back up.
Yep. So we had the
Up.
documents. you don't give them the documents unless they ask for them, and you give them only what they asked for. So you want to have it organized so you can get the documents quick, because
Oo.
they're in.
There is
They don't like to waste time. They
like
want
a
it
passport,
done.
like
So we had your PSA birth certificate for you and the kids.
the kids.
We had the paper from the house. Um,
Yeah.
we had
Like
what else?
your
I had an invitation letter, which they didn't even want to
support,
see. I had an affidavit of support, which is saying I would support her for the
like
trip.
backup only for
Yeah.
in
And then
case.
the one of the last things we did was I said, we were saying like, oh, we'll make a copy of my passport and my alien registration card for the Philippines, and I did that, and also my driver's license for the U.S. I put them all on one page,
Yes.
just a photocopy of
So
them, and put that in there just as
yes.
well. So that actually was what helped her with that.
That is the one that documents that he wants to find with me.
That's the
And
only
then
thing he's seen.
because he asking me how long have you been, you and your boyfriend together? I said, I in relationship. I said almost 4 years. So and then we are living together here, 1 year and a half. So he said, okay. So what is that the time that asking me the documents is what is your proof that you and your boyfriend you are together here in Philippines? So did you have like card, passport,
Or
copy,
am I
Xerox
there?
like that?
You said I was outside
So
because they
he
wouldn't let
asking
me
me
in.
first, where is your boyfriend? I said because the time that I said he is here but outside, he's waiting for me. I said okay. So he wants to find me a proof that me and my boyfriend, how long have you been? So of course I told him yes I have, and then I show him the copy of his passport, ECR card, driver license is there already in one paper. So I I told him that I have also invitation letter here. So I said, okay, only the passport of yours. And
Yep.
then he said, I said, okay. So while he's typing, yeah, he question to me, do you have house? Do you have kids? Did you buy your house? And then after all the question that he gave it, he only asked to me. So it's easy, like maybe like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And then after that, he said, okay, thank you for, as he said that, congratulations. You heard your visa within 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, you heard your visa. So I told him that, thank you so much. He said, you're welcome.
Yep.
And then, of
And
course,
then-
I'm happy.
And your visa arrived in 2 days.
My visa is arrived like 2 days, so it's easy. You need to have only like
Become and open and talk to them, because if you would have went there and said only where you want to go and then
you
like
need to have
quiet,
like
you got to tell your story.
tell your story.
You need to
truth
let
story.
them know who you are, what you want to do, and your reason. And the other thing is they want to make sure their purpose is that your visa, what your visa's for, that you're doing it the right reason.
Yes.
So they want to make sure that you're not going to go there for the wrong reason. So it's tourist visa. So they know that you got to show to them you're only going for a visit and you're coming back home.
Mhm.
So they want to see that you have ties, that you have a reason to come
Yes,
back
I
home.
have ties that
So you had kids, you
I
have the
kids,
house,
I have house.
and
That-
we're already living here in the Philippines. So we already have our life here. So you're not looking to go there to go away. You're going there to visit my family and then coming back home. So you had every intention. That's the whole reason, and we're just honest with that, and it just shows intention that we're going to use it the right way.
Mm.
The other thing is by talking, you change that subject from where you want to go,
Yeah.
and by adding in,
Add.
because me and my boyfriend traveled together to meet his family, that changed that whole conversation to focus onto this relationship and your whole story of why you're going, instead of just saying I want to go here, I want to go there, and then
Yeah.
did they never asked you anything about who's paying or no bank
You don't
records?
ask me how long
They
I
didn't.
want to visit, like that.
No, they never went into
Only,
details. And
like the ties there because they asking me, do you have house?
Yep.
Did you buy your house? Do you have kids? So I said, I have 3 kids. I have house. So that like ties, we need the ties.
yeah, they didn't even ask you what type of work you do. I don't think.
You
Or
don't say
no.
because they're asking only that which place that I've
Yeah.
traveled before.
Yeah. So then they're not asking for employer.
No.
They're not asking for a bank statement.
No,
but everybody's situation is different. Some
it's
people
different.
might go in there and say, I just want to travel and go to, and they named like some big city that's, well, like New York or something like that. And they don't even know anybody. And then, of course, they're going to stay in a hotel. So you get to prove to them that you have means to take care of yourself for that. But your situation was you're traveling with me,
Yes.
company along with me. So, and then we have a place to stay with my family. So we're not like going
Yes,
to hotels and stuff
they're
like
not
that.
asking me for my bank
Yeah,
statement,
they
like
didn't
that.
worry about that. So
Yeah,
your situation was easier than
it's
probably
here.
most, but other people could have no problem too. I mean, they weren't failing a lot of people. I mean, they were failing people because I seen people walking out of there like their head down, a little disappointed. But um, some people were walking out with their head up. You could see their attitude. Like when you walked out, I seen your head was up. I was like, I think
I'm
she
smiling.
passed. And then you
I'm
come out and you
smiling.
give me a thumbs up because I
Yeah.
couldn't get near the embassy. I could like wait in the waiting area because we tried to get me for me to go in. You asked, and they said no because even I, if
It's
my
not
own,
allowed the phone.
yeah, well, even in my own country, I can't go into the embassy.
Yes.
Another thing we didn't like that was there was outside was I heard there was lockers where you can lock your phone or like if you bring a phone or something, best is to bring person with you to stay outside and hold your stuff because the only thing we seen out there was
Yeah.
people walking
When I
around
go
with,
inside, it's only this
yep,
one.
just brought that,
I
yep.
forgot also to bring money inside my pocket. Maybe
Well,
like
we
some.
didn't, yeah, but you didn't need it because the courier
Oh
COD
yeah,
because they deliver the passport by courier, so it was LBC
LBC. Yeah.
delivered
Cash on
it.
delivery.
Yep, and it's cash on delivery. It was 450,
440.
440. Okay, 440 to deliver it from Manila, so it's not so bad. Um, but yeah, outside is like for your phone, you bring your phone with you. So if you have any electronics or anything you don't want to bring in, really bring somebody with you because the only people we've seen out there, we can't say whether they're honest or not. I would guess that they are, but you never know who you're giving your
Yeah.
phone to because you can hand your phone over to these people and they're like walking around with a plastic bag and a number. So they give you like a number 24 and a plastic bag and you put your stuff in. I guess they tie the bag and they hold it. So I guess if you have really nice stuff or if they're being dishonest, they could just disappear with your
Yeah.
stuff and you're holding a number. So you have nothing. So there's no like um, real security guards or anything like that hold your stuff for you while you're in there, especially your phone, which you cannot bring like any electronics or phones in there. I know you were getting nervous. We went and picked out a clothes for you, like business suit looking with a
Yes.
jacket and white shirt. And so you want to look professional, wear simple makeup, not a lot of
No,
jewelry,
no.
but just like something you're going
Simple
to work,
only.
like if you worked at an office or
Like
were a
that.
manager or something like that. So you look like a boss, you know, when you went in there, like professional looking. And then, so that was, you know, so you look like their coworkers, what you want to do. So, because that's how they dress there. So you want to look like that. And then that helps, but that's not a
Oh my
definite
God.
thing. That's not a definite thing. So there's not one thing that we could say that will win over your interview. Anything you do works together. So you just got to think about the big picture of it. So when you were studying for it with like I said, we found the one website. Like I said, we'll list them down below too. We found them on TikTok and they're also on YouTube. And we didn't employ them. We didn't because you can hire them and they can help coach you. But we just followed their video advice,
Yes.
and we learned a lot because we were following people who were. I mean, honestly, they're Filipinos. They passed their interview and they were given their experience. But a lot of people were like saying only one word answer, simple, don't give information. But the other people we found, like I said, they are ex visa officers, so they've done a lot of interviews and they know what they're talking about on that end. So we tried that approach and we did the full answers, tell your whole story and everything, and you passed on the first try. So I think that was a winning situation there. You know, I mean, it might not win for everybody, but it won. It worked for us.
Yes.
So, and it was a good experience. And then
We,
the
we focus only there for night and day, like we are studying for that.
yeah, studying, and then what we studied for was like
Because I'm feeling nervous.
yeah,
That's why.
just to get the words out. So you kind of like
Like
broke down an idea what you want to
idea.
say, but you don't memorize it. Don't be a robot when you go in there. You
Yes.
want to be a real person, and
Like smiling.
yep, and then you want to say what you want to say instead of like the one word answer. So we studied for why do you want to visit the U.S. and then you had to I want to visit the U.S. because I want to travel with my boyfriend to visit his family in Baltimore area for 2 weeks. I have to come back home because I have my kids, and me and him live together here in the Philippines, or something in that general thing is what we studied for. But like I said, we didn't study for any order, just basically to get that story out,
Right.
to let
Yeah.
them know who you are, why you want to go.
Like, yes. So that is the one that question only for
Yep.
the
So
interview.
and then when he said, "Where do you want to go?" and then you said the city you want to go to,
Yeah.
you took that opportunity to add in your
Because
story
because in step one, asking you there that
where you
your
want to go.
name, your name, your birthday, then the first question only that someone assist there, like the windows, is said that which place you want to go. Okay, I told her the first one is the girl, and then he said, but Baltimore. I said okay. Then step two, then I go there again and then get my 2x2 ID, but only one. And asking me my name in which place you want to go is the answer still Baltimore. That is okay. And then the fingerprint. And then that line up step three. That's just the last one is your interview line up.
And he asked
Yeah.
the same question again, and you just kept with the same
Oh,
answer, and then
the officer, the first when you are in the window, you greet them nice, good morning, like with smile, and then they are smiling too, and then you said good morning, and then you give your passport because they want only your passport only.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Because don't go in and like hand your documents to
Don't put your
them.
document like that.
No,
No,
no.
when I'm he interview me, I put this one and the side of my this one in the place there that
Yep.
you are outside, and then you do like this your hand because I feel like nervous. Then like he's talking to me, I'm smiling, eye to eye,
Yeah, eye to
eye
eye
to eye to
contact. That's
contact.
important too.
Yes,
Is not
don't they don't want like
no.
this, no, eye to eye, so that they get
Yep.
your
So when
interactions
you're
with
in
it.
an interview, I can't say for here, but like in a professional interview in the U.S., you want to not waste time. You don't want to go off the subject or topic unless it pertains to what you're there for. So by adding in, you want to travel with me to visit, that pertained to the whole situation. So that was part of that whole situation. So that wasn't off topic. You just changed the conversation a little bit, but that's fine. That's actually a good was good. But but you want to make eye contact.
But don't in the eyes, only like here in
Yeah,
the
you don't
mouth.
stare at their eyes. Yeah, just
Yeah.
look like their nose or something like that. Just make face to face contact, basically.
Face to
Look,
face.
yep. So looking around is
They don't want
for
that.
them is going to be a sign of dishonesty or over nervous or dishonesty. So they might think you're trying to hide something. Short one word answers or another thing they're going to think you're trying to hide something. They don't know you. They're just trying to get information. So and they have to work at a very fast time. So the other thing is you don't want to hand your documents. They don't have time to look through your documents. They don't want to see
They
your
don't.
documents.
They only like back up
They're back
in
up. Yep.
case. Because for me, I don't show my documents. Only like when asking me about like how long have you been in your boyfriend and what is your proof that he is here, because he asking me where is your boyfriend. I said here, but he's outside waiting for me.
Yeah.
Then he said, okay, what is your proof that he is here? So of course I show to them the copy of your passport.
And the ACR card, which
Yeah.
shows that I'm here in the
And then
Philippines. So
that
you
is
have
the
all
one
that.
that it's really important, and I know that I am fast because I'm true to him.
Yeah.
I'm true
They're,
what I'm saying.
they're looking for you to.
I'm not
They're looking
like
to
for
catch you in a lie, but they're not treating you like a liar. It's just they want to see if you are telling the truth. So that's the whole purpose of the interview is to give them your story of why you want the visa, to show them that you're going to use the visa for the right reason.
yes,
And in terms of like a temporary visa of a non-immigrant visa means that you are not going to stay in the U.S. Um,
yes,
so this tourist visa, I mean, we went into this. This is what we want because we live here. We're not getting a green card. You're not going to work. There's no intention of that. The intention is to visit and then come back home here to the Philippines. So there's the tourist visa is exactly what you need. We got that. So the visa is good for 10 years, multiple entry. So we can go back and forth every year or however we feel fit or can do. Um, So we're expecting like maybe once a year to go back to visit my family, and we can travel together. So that way I don't have to travel all the way around the world all by myself. So she can be by my side and get to see my place too.
So that I share with you guys.
So, and it wasn't that bad once you got in there. Up till the time you went into the embassy, and before you started the interview, I think you were nervous. But then I think once
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to the interview, you like calmed down.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yes, when you got there, you will be calm down for that
So any questions,
experience.
just make a comment below. We can happy to answer whatever we can, and also I'll list the official website you want to process your DS-160 form, and where you're going to go for that, and make sure you use the right one. The other thing I can't stress enough is a fixer will not help you in this situation. There's no one here in the Philippines except maybe an immigration lawyer who works with them to help overturn a process for a more complicated visa. But as far as a tourist visa, it's a straightforward thing, and there's nothing a fixer can do to help you. It's you could have somebody help you fill out the form. That's about it. But as far as fake documents, there's nothing you can get that's going to fix this. You just got to be honest and straightforward with them and do it that way. You don't need to show a million in your bank. You don't need to show jobs and stuff like that if it doesn't pertain to your situation. But each visa officer is going to be a little bit different. They're going to ask for different things. Everybody's situation is going to be different. But there's no magic number of what you have to have in a bank or what documents you have to have. So the fixers are not going to be able to do anything for you. There's no way to pay them off in the embassy. They're not going to be paid off to give you a visa that I know of. And if they would, it's something that they would probably find out in the long run that you did something illegal, and your visa would be revoked and you'd be blacklisted anyway. So it's not worth even trying that. So the best thing is be honest, straightforward, fill out the form, process it, and go. The only downside of it that I don't like is that the U.S. visas are for tourist visas $185, pass or fail. So if you fail that and don't pass your interview, you lost that money. You lost 10,000 pesos for that. So it's an expensive thing to
Yeah.
lose.
So
Yeah. So first try, it wasn't so bad. It's not as scary as people think, but it's
yeah.
it makes you nervous though.
Mm-mm.
It's going to be nervous. It's normal to be nervous,
Yeah.
and it's normal to worry about it.
But I saw some people there inside the embassy that they back their passport.
Yeah.
Of course, I feel like I said, "Oh my God!" But I know that if they back your passport, you will be denied for that.
Yeah.
But for me,
But you don't know what their answers were. You don't
I
know
don't
what
know
their
because
story
different
was.
different question,
Yeah.
different visa, what they
Yeah.
want for.
Yeah. I mean, one thing too is what we've heard too is don't say like, oh, I'm going there because my cousin had a baby and I'm going to help out, because that's a caregiver job to them. That's one thing to think of. You want to go for tourist reasons. You don't want to imply any way at all or make them think any way at all you're going to do any type of work, because you cannot do any work at all, and no job. They're even saying, from what I've heard, was don't even anything that could be even unpaid job. If it's a job's a job, and you don't do any work. You're going there for visit friends, family, visit sites, tourism only. That's it. You're no work at all. All right. Well, thank you for watching. And like I said, if any questions you have about this process that we went through, just leave a comment. We can answer however we can, but the best we can on that. And like I said, I'll post the links down below that you can use to help you out. Great. Great. Thank you.